we're back with Brock White Lyons. On our recording, when he was a co-host, we talked about Miss Rose at Teurlings.
I didn't have school lunch a lot of the times. There's no school lunch at private school. Shout out to Miss Rose. Miss Rose used to let me go into debt on my lunch. She was a good lunch lady, so like I didn't have money, and I would be embarrassed, and I would get to the thing and be like, Miss Rose, I ain't got no money,
but I'm hungry.
And she'd be like, I got you, baby. And she would give me the lunch and let us go into debt. You know what I'm saying? Miss Rose just liked me because, man, and you know what something I always wanted to do would be call Teurlings and be like, hey, who's got a lunch debt?
And pay it.
And pay their debt. I should do that. Y'all want to do that right now on the air?
Oh, my God, yes.
And I would call it the Miss Rose. If I ever start a charity,
Miss Rose Foundation.
It'll be called the Miss Rose Foundation. Because Miss Rose always made sure I was fed. And I think she still works at Teurlings.
We're going to find out.
For real, shout out to Miss Rose. She was a good lady. And she'd let me eat and then let me go into debt. And she wasn't supposed to. And she probably got fussed at. Like, hey, this kid's negative $60, $70, you know.
I mean, you realize that was like 20 years ago. Do you think she's still there?
Yeah, well, I think she taught both of my little sisters.
And we're going to find out about this.
Miss Rose would take care of me and let me buy my lunch, even though I didn't have no money.
And fun fact, we did a little research, and your girl's still there.
Wow.
And so what we're going to do today, what you talked about, is we're going to call Teurlings, and we're going to put some money on someone's lunch debt. Just like Miss Rose took care of you, we're going to do that today for them.
And we asked if $100 was enough to pay somebody's lunch debt. And she said yes. And whatever is left over from that, she will take it and put towards another child's lunch debt. So hopefully today we'll be able to help 2 kids.
Well, I will put another 50 with you guys.
Okay, so we'll do 150 today then.
Perfect.
All right, so I'm going to get Miss Connie back on the call now.
This was such a good idea, Brock. I'm so glad that you told that story.
Well, y'all made it up. I just had the idea in my head. So nice.
Oh. Hey, Miss Connie, this is Kristen and Janae with Well Want to Talk About It podcast, and we have comedian Brock White Lyons on with us, and Brock is a former student who went to Teurlings.
He's an alumni.
Okay.
Brock, what year did you graduate, Brock?
2006.
He is an alumni, so graduated in 2006, Miss Connie.
And
yes, ma'am.
What Brock talked about on the podcast is that whenever he was in high school, times were hard for his family. And he would sometimes get to the front of the lunch line and he would tell Miss Rose he's hungry, but he had no money on his book. And she would take care of him so he would still have lunch. So what we want to do today is we actually want to put $150 towards some lunch debts that aren't paid. I know it's the end of the school year, so we just want to take care of some debts for maybe a kid that's in Brock's shoes when he was that age.
Yes, ma'am. Is it okay that I tell Miss Rose? I was trying to get her.
Can we talk to Miss Rose?
Yes, ma'am.
Miss Connie, we're not going to get Miss Rose in trouble, right?
No, I don't talk to the diocese already. We're fine.
Because it's such a great thing that she... You know, I mean, you think, people go to a private school that everyone is a certain status. But the truth is that we talked about a lot of these families, they send their kids and they just prioritize their money so they could afford the private school education versus maybe other things in life. But some of these kids do struggle, at home. So
children's biggest meal is at school.
That's right.
20 years later, and Brock's on a podcast talking about Miss Rose. So
this is something. Hold on, let me just...
Miss Rose, hi.
Miss Connie, Brock's episode came out Tuesday. If you want to go listen or watch.
Is it on YouTube or?
It's on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio.
Okay, I will. I'm going to have to tell it to a lot of people.
Yeah, it's want to talk about it.
Okay, I'm almost getting to her because I see her.
Okay.
Miss Rose, I need you right now. I need you to come right now. Brock. Listen.
Hello.
Hey, Miss Rose.
Hey, Sugar. How's it going?
It's good. Hey, listen, my name is Kristen, and I'm here with my podcast partner, Janae, and we have a podcast named Well Want to Talk About It. We had a guest co-host on our podcast named Brock White Lyons. Do you remember that name?
She would know me as...
I remember the... Oh, Bronx lions.
That's right.
I always call them lions.
That's what he just said. He said she would know me as lions. Well,
Lions.
And Miss Rose, you also might know his two sisters. Is it Macy and who?
Taylor.
Macy and Taylor Lyons.
Baby, let me tell you, I always call them the Lions family.
Oh,
And oh my Lord, yes, yes.
Well, Miss
Wow.
Rose, on our podcast, Brock talked about what a difference you made in his life whenever he was at Teurlings, because he would have a lunch debt that wasn't paid, but he was hungry and you would still
Mhm.
feed him anyway. And
Yes,
so
yes.
what we're going to do today
Mhm.
is the podcast as well as Brock, we are going in and we're going to put $150 towards someone's unpaid school lunch debt in your name as a thank you
Oh,
for everything you did
wow.
for Brock.
Oh my Lord. Oh, that is, oh God, that is, oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
That is so fantastic. And oh wow.
Brock can
It,
hear you if you want to tell him hello.
hey, Brock, baby, how have you been?
I'm so good, Miss Rose. I'm getting emotional. Thank you so much for always giving me lunch. Some of the other lunch ladies wouldn't. We won't need them.
Wow. And look, and Brock, I'm still doing the same thing. I'm
oh,
still, because I believe in feeding the children. You have to, It's
right,
like, wow, this is crazy, right?
right.
Yeah.
My Lord, my Lord. Yes, yes. So,
Well, thank you
oh,
so much, Miss Rose. And Janae and I are going to drop off that payment a little bit later
mhm.
today.
Okay. Oh, wow. Hey, that is so cool. That is
Yeah, this is
awesome.
Brock was really, really moved, and he's never
Oh,
forgotten it. And
oh.
he's the one who actually had mentioned about possibly
Mhm,
doing this. It was actually his idea, and that was a couple of days ago. And Chris and I just haven't
mhm,
been able to let it go. And so we called
mhm.
Brock, and we are like, "Are we really doing this?" And Brock was like, "Yes, yes."
Oh, oh, wow. Thank you guys so much.
Well, thank you,
Thank.
Miss Rose.
Oh, wow. Thank y'all. And Brock, honey, I'll never forget the Lions family.
Oh.
Thank you, Miss Rose. We'll never forget you. We love you.
We love you too. And you make sure you tell those siblings Miss Rose is still here and kicking.
I will. I'm so happy to hear.
And thanks. Thank y'all so
Love
much.
you, Miss Rose. Thank
All
you.
right.
Bye,
Okay. Bye
Miss
bye, babe.
Rose.
Bye, loves.
Oh, Brock.
What a sweet story.
Like, thank you for free. I'm so glad you listen. That conversation went all over the place for 3 hours, and even to tell that story, to be vulnerable, because as a man to get on there and say, "Hey, I was poor and I was hungry." You could have just been funny, but I'm so glad you did that. It makes me want to tear up. I know.
Well, I cried.
Is there anything else you'd like to talk about that might be emotional? Well, listen, I hear your baby in the background, so we'll let you get back to that. But thank you so much for doing this with us today. We're going to head to Teurlings here in a little bit.
Thank y'all. Someone send me the Zelle link so I can Zelle one of y'all.
Okay.
Bye, Brock.
Bye, Brock.
Bye. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Official visitors at Teurlings Catholic High School.